Right, fine. We're
Yo,
live. Hi, guys.
that be y'all know ready. It's 8:15. God damn.
Don't start that, please, because I'm over here struggling as is.
Man, struggling for life right now.
So, yo,
Oh no.
I got a long night ahead of me, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Anything you can share?
Yeah, I'm going on my trip tomorrow. I'm not bad. I got shit to do.
Yo, I don't understand. Like before our summer trip, you gotta
Nigga,
be packed the week before.
you don't have to worry about me.
Yes, I do. What do you mean I don't have to worry about you?
You don't have to worry about me.
Yes, I do.
I'll be good.
Yeah, about 4 o'clock in the morning packing.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
That's
fine.
not fine. That's not okay. That's not
I'll be
okay.
more responsible because my daughter will be going. But for just me, I'll be okay.
Lord have mercy.
I sleep all the way out of the country.
No, that I don't have a problem with. I definitely told the kids that I'm going to be up the whole night before because that's a 12 and a half hour flight. I will be asleep on that flight. KK was like, how you supposed to sleep? You be on the flight that long? Figure it out. I know I will.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to figure it out.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't realize I talked to that many people today. This is crazy.
Okay. I think this is going to be a great topic today.
I agree.
So, if y'all could see, the topic tonight is, do you really want to see your partner happy? And I feel like there's layers to this. There's layers to this. I don't think it's ever as blatant as, no, you don't want to see them happy. But I feel like it's something that's not talked about enough.
What's not talked about enough?
I don't think that people don't want to see their partner happy.
Say that again?
I said I don't think that it's that people don't want to see their partner happy, because the whole basis of love is that you're invested in that person's happiness, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that it's more a question of jealousy.
Okay, the way you worded that was a little weird, but I agree with you. I agree with you.
Being like, it's not that you don't want them happy, but you don't want them happy without you, or you want them happy, but you don't want them happier than you. That's selfish. I think that might be even worse. Or you might want them to be successful, but not be more successful than you.
Right. I feel that way about all my exes. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I
What
want
do
them to
you
be.
mean?
I want them to be great, just not better than me. I don't shit. I don't care about. I don't shit. Ego, all that. I want you to be great at life, but if you're a millionaire, I want to be worth 10 million. If you're worth 10, I want to be worth 100.
You don't think that's a little toxic?
That's very toxic.
Oh, okay.
I lean into my toxic ego sometimes. I just don't say things out loud, but I lean in. I lean in.
Hmm. And I feel like it's something women will admit more than men. Do you remember that video we saw last year of the girl crying about the guy, her boyfriend, and that he was so nice and he loved her and he loved him, but she was jealous because he had so many friends and he was like a social butterfly, and she envied his life.
Yes, vaguely, but I feel like she cried. Yeah,
Yes,
'cause
she
we
cried the
showed
whole
it on the
video.
live. We showed it
Cried
on
the
the
whole
live,
video.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She cried the whole video because she just said that he was like surrounded by so much love and she didn't have any friends.
Man, I thought that was wild toxic.
That definitely was wild toxic. That was definitely wild toxic. Instead of taking it as an opportunity to learn from him or to use him as your little social springboard or whatever, or just piggyback. But I feel like that's one of those prime examples of like what attracts you to a person will become what you resent.
What attracts you to a person? What
Can become what you resent in them.
I feel that way about men wanting a woman, a sexual woman.
I've experienced that firsthand.
Yeah, and they're like,
I've
babe,
experienced that firsthand.
I love it when she do the Gawk 3000, and then the end of the voice says, but who taught her how to do that so proficiently? And then now you got a whole a whole master class on self hate. It's crazy.
It was wild. I've definitely been put in that position where it was just like, I'm with you though, and you're benefiting from all of it.
That's
You're
anyway.
benefiting from it. It was definitely a factor whether you decided you wanted to be with me. And also, and the most important thing, it's the past. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, it's happened already.
Yeah. What do you want?
You love me
Obviously,
how
I'm
I
committed
was,
to
or you
you.
love me how
We're
I am?
we're in a committed monogamous relationship now.
You love me how I was or how I am?
And then at the pettiness, I'm just like, nigga, you should have tried harder, I guess. Like, I don't know. Just I got more game than you. I don't know.
So I got a question as it pertains to this topic, right? I seen this video today. I watched this video randomly. I haven't been having a lot of time to watch a lot of anything. I'm gonna have to get a cup of water. So I'm a little lightheaded. I don't think I ate enough today. It just hit me. I didn't eat enough today. I worked out and did all that shit. And I think I had like a half of a smoothie and took vitamins. Like I need to eat.
I need to take
So yeah, with all that shit going around, I'm taking all the vitamins every day, every day. But anyway, so they was talking about how men and women differ now, especially black women, and the black women are like make more than black men. Black women are most educated demographic in America and stuff like that, and how men are supposed to perceive that. So I've been in two situations in my life where the woman that I really love made more money than me. And the first time, like I was never jealous either time. Although she said that she felt like I was envious because of how I would be motivated to do more. And I was just like, you were just my motivation. I wasn't envious of you. But if my wife or my girl is gonna step up, I want to step up too. I'm not gonna be comfortable where I'm at if you're not comfortable. I'm naturally ambitious. You understand what I'm saying? So because I'm naturally ambitious, to see somebody I'm close to be also ambitious
fuels
motivates
you.
me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I feel like more currently, the last situation, so more currently, I look at it differently, where it's more like I don't care about the amount of money she makes. I'm more happy where I am. Because of where I came from. Like I'm like almost 3x my business in X amount of time, and I can't talk about all that shit publicly. But I've been more successful than I even think that I've been. And when I look at what she does, I'm proud of what she did because of the schooling and the effort and the losses and all the stuff that she had to go through to be where she is. And it's like I'm proud that you're there. I make a fraction of what you make, but I'm still doing okay for a nigga with 4 kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing. At the same time, I have had conversations though. Like, I want all of your dreams to come true. But I'm just gonna put it out there. If your dreams come true before mine, not gonna hold you. My ego might get affected. Not in any toxic way. Not in a toxic way, but I'm a person. And I'm also a man that in my mindset is like, protect, provide, blah, 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 blah. Not in a toxic way or even a really traditional way, but I look at my relationships like I want to be able to provide for my significant other. But if I'm making 200 G's a year, that's nothing to scoff at. I mean, you literally, if you make $250,000, you're in the 1% of America.
Mhm.
Just FYI, ladies and gentlemen, you make 250,000, you're in the 1%. So if I make $250,000 a year, I'm in the top 1%. I'm doing something with my life. I'm okay. I make more money than 99% of America. But if she makes $2.5 million a year, what can I give her? I'm successful, but she's successfuler. What do I do? You know what I mean? And I
So
feel like I don't want to be put in a position where I'm given like a handout. At the same time, I feel like if I was down for you when you got this 2.5 million, I deserve it of a handout that's coming to me. But I never thought about it. I've never been with anybody where I said, "Oh, they're gonna be rich before me." Never. And now that that's a reality, it's like, oh, how do I handle that as a man? How does my ego take that? And I'm trying to prepare for that now because if that does happen, I have to be like, all right.
okay, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you said, what do you give somebody who makes 10 times as much as you, as far
Right.
as like, your example?
Good math, by the way. Good math.
So the question is,
Mm-hmm.
would you rather, because when women,
Rather.
all right, so making the most money doesn't automatically equate you to being the provider, right?
Explain that.
Well,
If I make 10
that
times
has to
more
be a
than you,
dynamic discussed in your relationship.
all right. No, you
If
have
she
to explain.
makes more than you, is it automatically that she becomes a provider?
She's providing more of the thing that we need to buy stuff. So I would assume so.
And you're gonna hold her to that, right? You're gonna be like, hey, you should be doing more because you make more.
I think it depends on the dynamic.
I definitely think it depends on the dynamic. But would you rather her keep all that money to herself to let you provide?
No.
Okay,
10.
then.
No.
So being that money won't be the primary source of your provision, a woman in that case needs to be provided with other things. It's
Obviously,
not
yes.
about what you can buy for her or bills you can pay. It's more about what experiences y'all can have together or what kind of support you can give or what type of love you can give. You can still pull your weight. But the problem is that men define their masculinity by what they do and how much they earn. So, especially in our community where the case is that women are starting being the more educated, getting more degrees or making more money, that would put Black men in position to re-identify their role. But
So
when they don't, and then they sit there and be jealous or call a woman a gold digger because she's still asking him to pay bills, they want traditional roles without traditional financial input. That's weird.
that's interesting. So I remember this comedian was like, if you had no vagina, like what could you offer your man? And women were like, my asshole, my mouth, right? As you covered your mouth, that was crazy. And that's what they said. And he was just like, all right, so women are just mouths and buttholes. Initially you have nothing else to provide that man. And as you were saying what you just said, I was just like, damn, outside of money, what do I provide? Right now, I know the answer to that for sure. I provide way like money is not a thing. Like I don't say money's not a thing. Like I'm fucking Jermaine Dupri and Jay-Z,
Hey.
thing, right? But I say it in more of the respect of I had a conversation with a woman, and I said to her, because she had said something about like me doing something, and I said when I had nothing, I still did everything. You know what I mean? So even when I took you out, even when we went to breakfast, we went to a bullshit, not a bullshit dinner, but a dinner that I'm like at the end of the day, I didn't really have it. Like I'm like the reason why I ordered that much food is so I could have leftovers for the kids for the next day. That's how real my shit was. But I still wanted to do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't look at the money because when I didn't have it, some of my dates was walks in the parks. Some of my dates was like, I know a nice park in Jersey that you can go to and see the whole Manhattan skyline, and you can literally sit on the bench and just sit and look at it. And I brought I bought a pie of pizza and was like, "Lo, let's just sit there." You know what I mean? Because like you said, it's the experiences. When she needed something that was there. She needed her neck rub that was there. She needed support with business, I was there. When she needed advice for this, I was there. She needed something read over, I was there. My presence was more than a financial thing.
Yeah.
And I heard a guy say that to this woman about her dad. I also had a conversation like that last week. And he was like, your dad may not have provided for you economically, but did you ever go around him and not feel safe? She was like, no, I always felt safe around my dad. That matters. You know what I mean? Little things
Yeah.
like that matter. He may not have done for you economically, but he did other things that made you comfortable in your skin or made you feel accepted or beautiful or whatever the case may be, right? So, um, I feel like somebody said on I think this is our first YouTube comment. He said Vance said it's definitely an ego thing because most women cannot make more money and be submissive to a man, which is interesting. But to lead to your question about they'll throw it in his face and I make more money than you. I think if a woman did that to me, the relationship would be over. But I feel like that ego thing and that so the man looking at it only from the perspective of what they provide, and then women looking at it from the perspective of what they can be provided, it leads to a weird dynamic if the woman is not just successful. Like the man could be successful in his own right. Like as an entrepreneur, and I've been an entrepreneur since I was 22. To make six figures is not fucking easy, bro. It's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
Even with inflation, it's 100,000 is really like 74 right now. It's crazy, and it's still not easy to make as an entrepreneur. It's not easy to make over $100,000, and you're doing it by yourself. And if you happen to make a good left turn or right turn, you hit big, you won. So to go through that and still be successful in your own right, but have a woman that's just a millionaire, like I think I've seen situations where men kind of like fake sabotage their woman because they didn't want that dynamic. And I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy.
Or if they don't straight up sabotage it, what they do is make her feel so bad about it that she stifles herself,
Yes.
holds herself back, or doesn't make the moves that she should make because she's worried. Now she's worried about how her success will affect her relationship, her source of love, like and stuff like that. And that could go either way. This is not specific to what women do or what men do, but that dynamic can happen in either one of them. And referring back to Vance's comment, that's why I asked, does making more money automatically make you the provider of the family? Because they don't equal the same thing. I still think just because you know how to make money or you're good at making money does not mean you're a leader. Like
I feel like
our
we do a
culture
whole
kind
video
of
on that.
changed where we think just because someone's famous or rich that we should follow them, and I think that can't play out. That's not smart.
It's a horrible dynamic.
That's not smart, and it's a horrible dynamic, and it can exist in a relationship as well. So as far as submission is concerned, I heard an interesting take on submission, and it was from was Kev on Stage's wife.
Mm-hmm.
She said basically when you become married, she's talking in the context of marriage. Y'all have one mission, one accord, right? It's not so much that there's a power dynamic where one person is more important than the other, or one person is considered more intelligent than the other, or more worthy of making decisions than the other. But it's more important that y'all are on the same mission. They have shared vision and a shared plan and are doing things together in the same direction. That was her she said, and to not to like to have a two different missions is the opposite of submission to the relationship. Y'all are both under the umbrella of the relationship, working on it together, making decisions together. And it's not so much about one person or another, but how y'all co-navigate that. I really liked it. I'm pretty sure I chopped it up, but the way she explained it was so great.
I don't think that's bad. But you know what else I hear in terms of like that type of that kind of dynamic? A lot of women are like happy police.
Or what?
Happy police.
Happy what?
Police.
Oh, so that's where the topic came out for me, but it led to deeper
so much
things.
fun. Who making you smile? That ain't me. That's
so, yeah, no, happy police. Yes, definitely. I've felt it before. I've done it before. I've been jealous before.
because somebody else.
But it's not about happy police. It's always something else. And I think this is my problem. I had a toxic attachment style where when you were off somewhere, I was anxious because I didn't trust you. So there's that. Or there's insecurity in the relationship. Like you're off having fun with your boys, but y'all don't spend quality time together. So when you're off with your boys, she's jealous of the fact that you're having you're having what she wants with you. They have what she wants with you. Like I said, insecurities in the relationship. She's afraid you'll meet somebody else. Whether that means she's insecure in herself, where she thinks she can't keep you, so she tries to cage you up because she's afraid of you going out and meeting someone better. Well, it could be like I said, she could just not trust you. She could think you're gonna go out and cheat whenever she's not watching, or she's trying to be controlling because she's insecure. Mm-hmm. So that's what I hear when I hear happiness, please. Like
you hear insecurity.
It's insecurity, whether it's insecure in herself, insecure in a relationship, or an insecure attachment style, which goes a little deeper because that's like something that you have to unpack from, childhood dynamics.
When I hear happy police, I hear that woman that was crying in that video because you never had certain experiences in your life. You know what? Somebody told me this about somebody, maybe a few months ago, and he was like, maybe she's jealous of you. I was like, jealous how? He was like, you're kind of everything she's not, and because of it, you enjoy life, and that enjoyment sometimes you don't need her to have fun, you don't need her to feel good, you don't need her. That lack of need is like, oh, how can you have all this fun without me? And I'm like, damn, why I gotta be all that? But in retrospect, I looked at it like I look at it like a friendship base, and I've had people say that I was weird because I've had friends for such a long time. Like my closest friends, I've known them since I was single digit ages.
Yeah,
You
same
know what I
30
mean?
years.
And don't get me wrong, I've met friends after that I'm really close to, but I just look at it like, damn, that's wild, right? Like a friend of mine, man, I don't talk to him all the time, but he just unloaded a pause. He just talked to me like, told me some crazy shit about who we had going on. I was like, damn, bro, I ain't know that. And I know him. I don't think it's been 20 years yet. You know what I mean? But I still have a friendship base. I have layers of friendship bases. The reason why some of the things that I do are successful is because I have a lot of friends, like really, like real friends, and that could make somebody envious. You know what I mean? If your
Yeah.
high school clique, you grew up with them, and now you don't fuck with one girl because you tried to smash your old baby daddy, or da 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 da, and now you kind of like just cool with people from work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I,
I
I
think
feel like I think that dynamic works both ways. Think of what Steph Curry's wife said. He gets way more attention. Sometimes I need that type of attention,
perfect example.
right? And I feel like if a man that's not really popular gets with a really popular girl, if he doesn't have a lot of self confidence, it will fuck with him. If a popular guy gets with a girl who's not that popular, she got to have a lot of self confidence. I tell women all the time, like, be with me, you got to be a special type of woman. Oh, not only because I'm just me and I'm easy to love, hard to like, but at the same time, I know a lot of women. I'm close with a lot of women that I'm not fucking. And you couldn't tell the difference. Because I'm telling you that, but whatever happens in your past, you're just like, oh no, it gotta be that. It's like, nah, I'm not into that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like you have to be strong to be with a guy like me. Just like a man has to be strong with a woman like that's like if you know a woman that's like a sportscaster or something. I'd say that because I just seen this video that was online. But if you with a woman that's like in a male dominated field, she's a lawyer, whatever. Niggas are trying to holler at her every day. Married, maybe even gay. They're gonna try to holler at your girl. She look good enough. It is what it is.
I think that just
How
comes
can
with
you
somebody
tell
who
that?
looks good. Like
Yeah, but it's look good, and you walking past dudes, and it's look good. You see these niggas every day for
it's
8 hours.
all right. So it's racist because you're talking about looking good. So she is already gonna get passes. Then she's looking good and she works in a male dominated field. Then she's looking good and she works in front of a camera. Like people will be like, oh, I bagged her and she's such a prize, and then later on the insecurity will literally destroy the fucking relationship. Like and as somebody who I consider myself more extroverted, I've I've always dated guys who are more introverted than me. And
On purpose?
that's what I was attracted to. I've had, I guess I've dated more balanced individuals, but it was always very much like what's mine is yours. I'm going out with my friends. You can come. Like I'm never hiding you from anybody. You meet my family, like that kind of thing. Um, but it still would bother people or people like, oh, you're always on the go. So when I date, I try to be a little more intentional that I won't have somebody just waiting around at home for me.
Yeah.
I need you to have friends. I need you to have hobbies.
Yeah, I told you in my last relationship, I go through cycles where I hang out with my friends and when I don't. And I feel like one of the things that happened, they were like, when I was with my ex, she was like, you need to have friends. Like, why don't you have friends? I was like, I have a lot
But
of
I
friends.
don't have friends
I'm just not with them right now.
between December and fucking May.
You know what I mean? That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
and I think that's a big deal, and I now I understand that it's an important part to a healthy relationship that my partner also has stuff going on for him
Mm-hmm.
to avoid those kind of situations.
I
Um,
agree.
So you're supposed to like bask in your like look my partner is so like awesome or funny or social or really good at their task or like beautiful or whatever, because they're supposed to be a reflection of yourself as well. And it'd be so weird that people will like pray for something like that, and then once they get it, completely fumble it, completely completely crush under the pressure. You know what I mean? And that person could be nothing but loyal, could be nothing but loving, dedicated, and you can just blow that shit apart from the inside out. So I want to bring up another thing I read about. I read a woman's comment once. She was talking about how angry and jealous she would get when her man went out to have fun with her friends. And she said, "What, am I not good enough to have fun with?" And I saw another video this week talking about a lady who wrote in because her man was the social butterfly. She said when they went out together and he's around his people and his family or whatever, he's talking to everyone, he's cracking jokes, he's all smiles and all of this. And then when they're together, he's none of that.
Say that last part again.
When they're together, he's none of that. He's like in a shell. And the lady was like, he hates you. You're sucking him dry. Like you're cramping his style.
Yep.
And she said, watch. Don't initiate anything and see if you're still in a relationship in 30 days. Because he's not going to do it, because he's just tolerating you. And I feel like a lot of men are in relationships where they're tolerating the person they're with. They don't actually like them. They don't actually want to hang out with them. They only enjoy hanging out with their guy friend, or they don't have anything in common with her. They're only with her because they thought she was hot or whatever. And then wonder why y'all don't do the same things you do when y'all want to hang out. Y'all don't have the same dynamic.
I heard this comedian say one time, his wife went to him and said, "Yo, am I your best friend?" And he was like, "Oh no, not at all." She was like, "What? What do you mean I'm not your best friend?" He was like, "I play sports with my best friends. I watch sports with my best friends. I drink beer with my best friends. You're not into any of those things." And she was like, "But I have your kids." He was like, "Exactly. I'm not fucking any of my best friends." And then he was like, "You're the person I trust the most. I don't need you to be my best friend." I was like, I get that.
But if you can be best friends and actually enjoy doing stuff with each other, that's fucking awesome too. That's what I have.
It is. I've had that twice. I've had that
I've had that a few times where people be like, "Oh shit, she's actually fun." You know what I mean? Yeah, she out and about, but I don't want to feel like I'm dragging a dead body behind me.
Well, not even the fun thing. Just like when I was with my ex, good, bad, and indifferent, we would do everything together because a lot of the things that I would want to do, but I maybe didn't have anybody to do it with, she was like, "Oh, we out." Yeah. I'm talking about everything from hikes to baseball games. Like we did museums, you name it.
That's how I am.
And it was, and you know what? The last person I was with, I would say to her, she would say to me, "But you don't ask me to do those things." I'm like,
sometimes we're so used to people being like, "Nah."
I want you to want to go. I don't want to ask you and you go because I like it. If you're not enjoying the thing that I'm doing, don't come. Don't watch a movie
because I'm gonna feel that, and you're gonna ruin the
like.
experience for me.
Don't watch a movie with me that you don't like because I like it. No. I want you to nerd out just as much as I am about this Marvel shit or whatever. Yeah. If I'm watching a documentary, like I got this documentary queued up in my YouTube about like Saturn and Jupiter, just all because I just want to see, you know, when the satellites go into the actual planet, the pictures it takes before it crashes under pressure. I want to be with somebody who wants to watch that. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't have to be with somebody who wants to watch it. They can be like, "That's not for me. All right, return to something else on." But
that's what
somebody
community is for.
right, but if somebody says, "Hey, I want to do this thing with you," and I'm like, "Oh wow, I also enjoy said thing. Now let's do it together." So in
Yeah.
the conversation I had with the other person, it was like, "Well, why don't you invite me to those things?" I'm like, "Because I don't think you genuinely enjoy it." And it was like, "But you like it, and you like me," and it's like not enough to you to ruin this experience for me. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She couldn't wrap her mind around that. I don't invite you to these things because you don't genuinely want to go. Do you know how will you know you somebody genuinely wants to do something with you? They ask you to do it. Let's go do this. Let's go for this hike. I want to do this hike. All right, we out. We're gonna do this hike. That matters. Do you know why that matters? Because that means they want to hike. And if you
Yeah.
like hiking and somebody says, "This is what I want to go do," then you go do it.
Yeah.
And you know that person's going to enjoy it. I don't want to work out with somebody who's going to bitch, moan, and complain about every fucking push-up. That's why I work out by myself. Shut the fuck up. Either you doing this or you not. I don't want to hear you complain. Oh, man, I got to come back tomorrow and do the same shit again. Yes, nigga. This is not one day. You know what I mean? My friends worked out with me and never worked out with me, and I've still been working out all this time.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not. No, bro. I feel like the things that I like aren't like, I don't say anything is gender specific, but there are things that women really like to do more than men, and things that men like to do like much more than women.
Hmm.
The point of that is, I don't feel like I want to be in a world where I have to tolerate the person that I'm with,
Same.
and I also don't want to be in a world where that person is upset because I'm doing things that I enjoy, and the things that I enjoy, she doesn't enjoy, so I don't invite her. And if I don't invite her, she understands why. I don't know how y'all niggas do that shit. I'm not doing it. Have fun. I see you when you come back, baby.
Listen,
I'm long for you to return.
that was a huge deal in my marriage. Like, I like to go dancing. I'll dance by myself. I don't care. I just like to go dancing. He didn't really like dancing. He didn't really like clubs. He didn't write anything like that. But it came down to, it was like, all right, you always got like dibs on this area, on stuff I want to do, because I prefer to do it with you. But if you don't want to do it, do you get mad that I want to do it and maybe want to do it with other people? Do you think that's fair? Maybe there's somebody who likes another friend of yours that likes documentaries on Jupiter and Saturn. Like, people, it comes back to this thought that people think they're going to be on your everything.
Right.
But don't
Make me happy.
No, you can't make me good enough for me want to invite you to watch this. Like
right.
You're not even putting real effort into making one and do this shit.
Like, add to my happiness.
Yeah.
Don't match my personality. One thing I told a woman in the recent past was like, I love you for who you are. I don't need you. I've had a lot of women say in my life that they don't feel like they're enough for me. And there was a time where I like felt guilty about that. I no longer do. Maybe you're not. Or maybe you have insecurities within yourself that you feel like the things that you do aren't enough for me. And I literally had to tell a woman, like, yo, I don't need you to be whatever you think you need to be. I need you to be the best version of you because you are what I love. I don't need everything else.
Yeah.
And I feel like that her viewing me that way led to resentment that like what's the word when you get divorced? Irreversible, some shit like that.
It's not
irreconcilable.
Irreconcilable.
It was irreconcilable within her. And if I'm telling you like you're enough, but I still do blah blah, blah outside, that's the things that I do that we're not here with. And it's like, but give me a chance. It's like, but you're not taking the chance. If my girl's doing mad fun shit, I'm gonna look at her right and say, why I'm not coming? I want to go.
Yeah.
I enjoy that shit. I'm not gonna go just because, listen. Like somebody wrote in the comments said, "What the movie thing is a compromise. You'll watch BS she wants and see sometimes, and vice versa."
I'm not watching no horror movies with
In
you.
my
Sorry.
20s, I would do that.
I'm
I'm
not
not
doing
watching Medea, Housewives of Nothing, Kardashian shit. I'm not watching none of that shit now.
I'm
My
not watching horror
40s.
movies just to be next to you.
No, I don't like that. I put it on anyway. I'm going home.
I'm going to go
That's
play
it.
my game in the next room.
That's it. You have
Got
at it. Let me know
bricks
how it
to
is.
stash or something.
I'm not watching no Medea movie. I'm not watching no stupid black exploitation film. I'm not doing none of that. No rom-com. It got to be a good rom-com. But I'm not a rom-com fan. So ultimately, no. That's almost like uncompromising with me. So I feel like I'm not doing it. But you also know that I don't want to do it. Well, I'm going to watch it with my friend. I tell you know when you're on your way back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel jealous because that's the thing that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
You
And
know
I
what
think
mean?
it's important to let your partner have some things to themselves as well.
Bro.
Like, it's cool if you can be like, all right, teach me about the Marvel characters. Like, tell me about what you know about that. And you do that. But then now she got to come and get into every hobby. Like, she's now enmeshing herself in your personality. Like, she's taking over. She's becoming a chameleon.
Right.
Yeah. You got to leave your partners a place to be without you. Like, they need a place to breathe.
Yep.
Let me see where I would say, like with my ex-husband, I say our things were like the card games, like Magic and anime and stuff like that. But then I had the dancing. You know, I had going out to eat with my friends. He had trips out to visit his friends and stuff like that. He had, friends in other places from, I think that's important. And it was funny because when we separated, it was one of those cases where like he took those friends from the relationship. They were his friends at first, and then he took them back. I just respected it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
That happened to me too.
Yeah. I just respected it. I was like,
I feel like that happened to me with KK's mom, and I don't feel like and I was obviously in a committed relationship at some point after that, but I don't think that I ever really wanted to blend friends again. I don't know.
never?
I haven't since. Me and her broke up in 2010, some shit like that. So I feel like those are your friends. I'm cool with them. But if we break up, it's like I just want to cut ties clean. You know what I mean? I'm not about to follow your friends on. And it's funny because some of my family still follow my ex online and shit. I'm like, y'all weird for that. Y'all broke up? I mean, listen, I get it.
Now that I think about it.
Like, yeah, like you the op. Why you still
Now
following?
that I think about it. I never really met my most recent serious relationship. I never really met none of his friends, and that was part of it because he was fucking sneaky. Like, I didn't.
I was just about to say that. I feel like that was by design. Considering.
Yeah, absolutely. But he did meet my friends, and he's probably still friends with some of them, bastard.
Nah, I don't blame him. I blame the friends.
Well, I would never go to anyone and tell them that's not within my expectations at all. Like,
My
that
best friend.
happened.
My best
That
friend.
happened
Yeah,
to
nigga, you better
me.
unfollow that bitch. Fuck is wrong with you?
That happened to me with my sister. Like, she'll date somebody, move them in. Now everybody in the family gotta be cool with him. And then when y'all get a breakup, you want nobody to be cool with them no more. Nah, you forced this person on me. I'm not sitting here going back and forth with you through your bullshit. Nobody did nothing to me. I had to be nice and accommodating, give them a chance for you, and now you went and y'all don't talk no more. So now I'm the bad person for still talking. Whatever. I can't keep up.
Nah, I don't try to.
I'm not keeping up. So I don't expect people to cut ties when they made the ties for me or through me, or I brought somebody to some of my friends and they were like, okay, they're cool. You know what I mean? So I would never even that's
Nah,
like
fuck that. Cause would you look like hanging out with my ex or something like that? I'm gonna say something real crazy. Now that's a
they
problem.
not that close, but
That's a problem for me. That's a problem. Let me see y'all in there. Like y'all hanging out or something. I will show the fuck up, toxic and all. Fuzzy slippers, nigga.
really?
Fuzzy slippers.
Yeah.
Fuzzy slippers. Right in the crib. Yo.
Yeah.
What is going on here? Y'all niggas can't be friends. I'm savage. And you wanna hear something funny? KK's mom did that to one of her friends, and me and her friend was actually good friends. You know what I mean? That's like my daughter's godmother. We were friends before me and her got together.
Yeah.
And she told me like, yo, man, like she actually feels some type of way. I mean, you be talking. I'm like, we not talking about her. I've been talking about her and her relationship. And I think she like married now with 2 kids and shit. And I was just like, that's dead wrong. But I respect it though. And we just respected it. I mean, we still like follow each other online and shit and got like Facebook friends or whatever, but like I don't hit her up for a birthday and shit no more. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
but I feel like that was insecure. I also felt like, and now that my daughter's older and I see how she treats my daughter, I think she does it as a like a power move. Like, not power is maybe the wrong word, but like almost like abuse, where the abuser doesn't want anybody to know that the abuse is happening, so they try to like isolate, so they can tell whatever narrative they want to tell. And I noticed that. I know that was a thing, because she does that with my daughter too.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But anyway, people do that because like she lies about me a lot. A lot. She lies about me. Like she lies about me a lot. And those lies, like when I talk to her friends, they're like, I don't really like. From what I understand, they don't even believe it. They be looking at her like, no, we know this. We've known this nigga since he was like 20 something, like 21. He's never been that kind of guy. Like,
Yeah.
all right, whatever. You know what I mean? That's how they look at her. Okay, whatever. And I just be like, in order to for a lot like that to happen, you have to not see the person. It's almost like how they tell you things about like certain countries, like Africa. When you go to Africa, there's African cities with skyscrapers. People don't know that. They just still have the image of the kid with the flies on them and shit. There's poor people in America too, my nigga. The fuck do you mean? There's poor people in Europe. There's dirty poor people in Europe too. You don't show you that though.
No.
When you think of poor and dirty, what the fuck you think of fucking
That's why
Haiti?
people be so shocked by Paris being dirty and
Dirty.
crowded.
Paris ain't just it's an older New York. That's it.
Mm.
So I like the city myself, but you know why I like the city? It reminds me so much of home. Like, oh, look, a homeless person. Nah, I'm asking for some money, my nigga. Get out of my face. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
home. There's subways to clean up. That's the only thing that's different for real. But you know, in order to tell that kind of lie, you kind of have to isolate. And if you isolate people, then you know you can say whatever you want, and they don't know the truth. They don't know the difference.
Mm-hmm. Van says control.
Control.
But yeah, so I feel like
Now, Uncle, yeah.
what about like what do y'all think about like a healthy jealousy? Do you think there's a healthy level of jealousy?
No,
Never.
no, never.
Some people be like they like that a little bit.
No.
Mm-mm. You rather hear it from somebody's mouth or have them show you that they care instead of getting angry or mad or demanding attention from you in toxic ways.
Yes. Tell me you miss me. Hey, babe, you've been gone a while.
Yeah.
Like I ain't hear. Like you've been texting only for the last 3 days. I need to hear your voice. I miss you.
Yeah.
I'd rather that. Like I'm a possessive nigga. Like if me and you together, people gonna know me and you together. But I'm not gonna be jealous. I never forget my same ex I was talking about, KK's mom. I think for her birthday, we went out to like a club or something like that. She was dancing with some guy, and then she came right back and sat next to me. And I think the guy was like an NBA player or something like that. And I remember him tapping me like, "Yo, son." I said, "Girl." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "You got to dance with other niggas?" I'm like, "She coming home with me." He said he gave me a 5. I was like, "Nigga, you one of the realest niggas I've ever seen in my life, nigga." I was like, I don't get jealous over stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like we out at a club. go dance. I don't feel like dancing right now. My feet hurt. These shoes are too tight. I wore the wrong socks. Sitting down. You know what I mean?
Taking my
Or
break.
actually, what was happening was I think I wore hard bottoms, and we had like the VIP area, and somebody had spilled something, and they didn't come clean it up, so it was slippery. I was like, I'm not dancing on no slippery ass floor, and I'm not going down with the norms and all that sweat. I'm stay right here. You want to go dance? Go ahead. I'll be right
Not
here.
the norms and all that sweat.
You know what I mean? So I feel like women advanced that. You know, he was told that he was, you know, he didn't care. He was never jealous. I think that's toxic. You know what that reminds me of? You know what that reminds me of? Remember we had a conversation. In that conversation, we were like, women that think good guys are boring because there's nothing crazy happening are addicted to chaos. Chaos is just no
Not
matter.
just women, men too.
Well,
Especially the ones that like
but the
the
conversation we
spicy
had.
crazy girl.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. But the conversation we had was about like women because we were talking about like Russell Wilson or whatever. But yeah, if I have to be jealous in order to show my love for you, something wrong with you. Now, I have boundaries. That's not jealousy. I have boundaries of respect that I outline. There's some that are a little bit more fluid, and there's some that are really like in concrete. You cross that line, I gotta go. I think boundaries are healthy. I don't think jealousy is. I don't have these boundaries because I'm jealous. I have these boundaries because like I'm not allowed about to let you do that. That's wild. And I say
I heard
let
something,
because
I really liked it when they were talking about boundaries. They said boundaries are for you, not for other people, because you can't control what no one else does.
exactly.
But healthy boundaries are necessary for a healthy relationship. They're necessary. They are necessary. As far as like, I personally, I find the feelings of jealousy to be very unhealthy in myself. Like the way that manifests in me is very like physically stressful, mentally stressful. So I prefer to not. But my cousin told me a story once about how he was at a bar with his like girlfriend, and I guess a guy came up and tried to talk to her while he was sitting there, but he didn't know that they were together or whatever. I think he bought her a drink. And he must have been like, "Oh, like, babe, I'll be back. I'm going to go to the bathroom." And the guy, pulled him to the side and was like, "Oh, you let like guys come talk to her or buy her drinks?" And he was kind of like, "If you can take her, then you can have her." And that's kind of how my shit is too. Like, if you could take my person, you could have my person.
It wasn't for me.
It wasn't for me. I'm not doing enough, or he's not in love with me enough, or whatever the fuck it is. The respect's not. If you can get him, you can have him. I'm not fighting nobody. I'm not chasing nobody.
Right.
Very much. What's for me won't leave. There we go.
What's for me? Right.
So
Love. Real love don't leave.
and the people who think that you have to be jealous to show your love need to reevaluate what love looks like to them and what love means to them. Because there's always more than one way to show love.
Than gifts and jealousy.
Yeah.
You know. Babe, I have to
Communication.
go. I'm sorry. I don't know how to text on here. I know your phone.
Okay. Well, we only had 6 minutes left anyway.
Oh, look! I know. I've been watching the time. I really wanted to stop at 9:00, but I'm like, we here now.
Oh shit! Well, you should have made that clear earlier. All right, we have a hard stop, and I have to pack, and I'm hungry.
Yo, that's why I'm stopping. I'm hungry.
I got other shit to do. Yeah, now it's about me. Whatever.
Have fun on your trip. Let me know
Thank
when
you.
you get there safe, please.
I'll come back a couple of shades darker, you guys. Yeah.
When you come back?
Monday.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Just a quick little there and back.
I need a few there back.
I know.
Yo, all right. Before we actually get off, and I don't mind saying this while we're live, I said something to you about the photo shoot stuff. I feel like you didn't respond back to that at all.
I did not.
I need you to.
It wasn't a question.
Let's log off. Later, guys. Have Have a good one. Mwah, 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 mwah.
We'll see y'all next week.
Next week, later in stream.